Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurfarah. Today, I would like to share about Malaysia implementation program during COVID-19. Let's get started. Malaysia has been affected by COVID-19 pandemic since early 2020. This situation gives a bad impact to the government, industry, and individual in this country. There are some incentives were given by the government in order to relieve burden faced by them. Did you know the current population in Malaysia within 2021 is 32,776 and 194, risen from 32,365 and 999 in year 2020. Meanwhile, income per capita rose from 40,531 in 2020 to 47,882.63 ringgit in 2021. Unemployment rate in Malaysia slightly increased during COVID-19 outbreak. Many workers need to be removed from their work. GDP rate in Malaysia rising from 5.6% in 2020 to 6.5% in 2021. During COVID-19 pandemic, many individuals such as household, vulnerable people, and students facing difficulties to live like usual because they lack of income. But what do you think about the individual incentives given by the government? Alright, let me tell you. Firstly, social assistance support for vulnerable groups. More than 300,000 disabled person and single mother will receive a one-off financial assistance worth 300 ringgit to lighten their burden, which is amounting at 108 billion. The aim is to provide social assistance to vulnerable groups. According to the Bernama report, this assistance from the government is greatly appreciated to reduce the burden of the disabled group and single mothers. Secondly, Pupil Concerns Assistance (BPR). BPR is allocated for individual based on classification income at amounting at 2.1 billion. BPR aim to help individual to ease financial burden such as allocate 500 for household income less than 2,500, 300 for household income between 2,501 and 5,000. 100 for single adult income less than 2,500. BPR exists to increase their purchasing power to buy goods and services. What do you think about initiative for private sector? Okay, let me tell you, Penjana Tourism Financing (PTF) is part of the government's effort to aid the tourism sector. PTF aims to finance transformation initiative by SME in the tourism sector to remain viable and competitive, which is amounting at 1 billion, such as Malaysian Association of Tour and Travel Agents. Therefore, government allocated expanded subsidies for SME with employees earning 4,000 ringgit and below a month. According to the Age Market report, MATA will continue to involve and help the government to rebuild the tourist sector. This company can make improvement to provide facilities to their customers. Next, Penjana incentives for manufacturing sector, which is to assist companies intend to relocate their operations to Malaysia following global economic crisis, which is amounting at 2 billion. Its aim to attract investors to relocate their businesses into Malaysia. Special tax incentives under Penjana is for new company 0% special tax rate for 10 years, 0% special tax rate for 15 years. Besides, for existing company, 100% investment tax allowance for 5 years for existing company in Malaysia.
Example company is Nestle Malaysia Berhad.
Have you ever heard about government incentives in Malaysia? Alright, let me tell you, Ministry of Health. These incentives was provided by government to ensure the public health is controllable and able to be reduced, which is amounting at 20 billion. Its aim to strengthen public health care and increase capacity for hospitals such as Health Ministry MOH, public university teaching hospitals, and ATM fields hospitals such as in Sabah and Sarawak. The Star mentioned that Pemerkasa Plus able to improve public health capacity in these critical times, and its implementation should not be result in leakages, system inefficiencies, and waste. Next, Ministry of Education. The government provide these incentives to assist specialties for students and instructors, which is amounting at 50.4 billion. Its aim to ensure the better quality of life for future generations. This plan emphasizes on improving the research and teaching. As a result, education sector will able to improve and encourage the students to study in a comfortable place. That's all from me. Thank you for listening. Bye. Assalamualaikum.